Yeah, mate. Well, welcome back to Gordon Barnard Reserve for Jallis Craig and McDonald's of Balwyn. Also, the Balwyn Tigers Football Club. Big win. The girls remain undefeated, percentage around 1,000 now. It's unheard of, really, in any level of footy. Balwyn-Greythorn had a big win in the under-14s and they beat Canterbury Cobras, did concede 1 goal, but they were still very good themselves and undoubtedly the best on ground by a country mile, even though they had many great contributors, was the multifaceted, very talented sports girl herself, Lily Parker. Lily, congratulations. Well played today. Outstanding game. It just got better and better and the team just keeps getting better and better. Why are you so good, do you think?
I think we just set the standards firstly at training and we keep ourselves accountable and push and work harder, and we have our wonderful coaches who help us and guide us, and I think we just always work hard and always have goals that we want to achieve.
Many of you have played together before. How much does that help in regard to being able to gel and the comradeship and the teamwork that seems to work really well out there?
Yeah, I think it's really key to have a team who believe in each other and support each other, and we've certainly got that here. We've been playing for, 3 years, I think, 4 with COVID, and a lot of us went to school together, so it certainly helps being able to encourage each other and, yeah.
Well, you're a very close group. I mean, I've done a lot of interviews throughout my long career, even in the AFL. I don't think I've ever had so many people watch an interview be done before, so good to see all the girls and all the mums and the dads watching. You're also a very talented cricketer. If I was to ask you the question, what do you prefer more, cricket or footy?
Well, I get asked this a lot, actually. I reckon it sort of depends. Summer it's probably cricket and in the winter footy, but maybe cricket.
What do you think? What do you think you're better at?
Oh, I'm not sure, actually. I have no clue.
I mean, you're young enough to play both at the moment, but if you had to choose, which you might have to one day, because I hear you're very, very good. You made 100 in the under-12s and at state level, which I don't think's ever been done by a female before. So and we've got some magnificent cricketers around this country who play for the women's team, as you know. But if you had to choose, and thinking now, what would you choose? Or do you hope you never have to choose?
Well, hoping I'll never have to choose, but probably cricket, just for the moment. But
you're still playing great footy. What do you love about this club? I mean, it's of course become a club joining forces, Balwyn and Greythorn, and it just seems to have been a seamless transition. And this team hasn't lost a game since it started playing. It's got a great culture, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And we see that at all the open nights and at the barbecues. Everyone's down and having a good time with each other and kicking the footy and chatting away. So yeah, there's a really good environment that surrounds us, and I think that's why we have all the success because we have so many people encouraging us and supporting us the whole time that we feel that they have our backs, which is really important.
And one more, are you a talker out on the field as captain, or do you lead by your actions, which are outstanding, as we saw today?
Well, I reckon the girls would probably say both. I reckon I talk a lot.
Right. Nothing wrong with that?
Yeah, probably not as much as I realise, but yeah, I like to lead by both.
Well, it's fantastic to meet you, Lily. Congratulations. You're outstanding today. Great to watch. I've heard a lot of great things about you, and good luck for the rest of the season. Well done, girls. Well done, Mum and Dad, and well done, the club. Thanks for joining us. Lily Parker, BOG today in the girls' under-14s. As I say, I've never seen so many people watch an interview in my entire life. Starting to sweat a bit. Goal straight away for St Mary's against the Jets in this next game that we've got on, which is the boys under-14 Division 3. And an opportunity for the Jets to try and build on the outer side of the ground and breaking a tackle. Swivelling nicely. The Jets as they get the kick towards half forward. No mark taken. The ball spinning around a bit. And they're heading towards the northern end here. Getting a boot to ball for the Jets. Getting his team inside 50 is Guy Jobson. And they've got a great theme song too, to the tune of North Melbourne. I think will beat the Bulldogs today, so they'll get a chance to sing that for the third time. St Mary's with the footy. high ball towards the wing on the outer side, and the Jets intercept again. Good strong mark taken by Miller. But St Mary's have got an early goal on the McDonald's scoreboard. Get it towards half forward, attacking side of the wing. They're approaching the southern end of the ground in this opening quarter. Again, they get the handballs going. The Jets high kick inside 50, but once more, just mistiming his leap in his endeavours to take the mark then was Miller. And again, the defence of St Mary's steadfast and resolute as they head out towards the broadcast side, but kick off the side of the boot, and it'll be taken by Stackwood Smith, who goes back inside 50. They're getting a few looks at the moment, deep inside attacking 50, the Jets, but the defence is pretty good of St Mary's, and they grab it now at half back, and they'll look to see if they can pinball from half back. A high ball came from the boot of Ormerod, and he finds a teammate just behind the wing for St Mary's. Half-distance kick. Kicks to half forward. Too much on it. Spills out the back now to Hint. Hint now brought down in a tackle, but he finds a teammate who should kick a goal as he skids it home. Where he does well received in the goal square, and they kick their second. That was a beautiful kick despite being run down in the right forward pocket. By Hurt, not Hint, Hurt of St Mary's. See, my writing's getting worse as I get older. So, toss down in the middle. Working hard, both teams. Ball to be won. Handball over the top again. Player's already kicked a goal. Wary beats one, beats two, and swings around the body and misses to the left-hand side. Peppering early St Mary's. 2-1, 13-0. McDonald's ball and scoreboard. Back into play. Dallas Craig, the major sponsor. Nice little kick. Hits the target. Lucas Stackwood-Smith takes the mark. Kicks down the line again, the bobbler in front of our commentary position by Aidan Reid, who takes the mark. He's got Lucas on the outside. Stackwood-Smith receives it and kicks nicely down the line again. Some good movement here. Good use of the footy. Finong has the ball for the Jets. Breaking down a bit across half forward. It's punched down at the Rove. Player taken in a tackle. Should nearly be a free kick for a sling tackle because he roved it superbly and then was taken high and also slung. And getting that free kick is Ben Cullen. Cullen kicks towards a teammate who dropped what he probably should have taken, one of the bigger guys in this team, and that was Remy Spalding. It's at half back for St Mary's, but trying to push it forward is the Jets, but they again break down. Good defence by St Mary's. They pummel it out of defence. High ball just over the head of Nguyen, who's wearing the green helmet for the Jets. Picked up at the back again. Good play to try and get it going through Reid. Wasn't able to. And eventually the ball comes out to the outer side of the ground once more. And kick inside 50. Where he has it. And it'll go out of bounds at half forward. So both teams working hard to get hold of the footy on the outer side. No one can. And there'll be a throw up on that outer side. Extremely windy. Extremely windy. And St Mary's bring it around. and they've got good players at half forward. Low kick as it came from the boot there of Slattery, and it goes out of bounds in the forward pocket. 2-1, 13-0 in the opening quarter. Metricon Homes, another one of our major sponsors. Back into play. Both teams work hard. Taken in a tackle. Thrown up at half forward. No one can get a clean possession. Player scragged and will receive a free kick in that last line. And getting that free kick is the Jets. They get the ball towards the half-back line once more. Trying to get a hand pass through traffic. It's Kai Lang. And now it comes out again. One of their better players is Stackwood Smith. He uses the footy pretty well to Sporting. Sporting will drive his team long towards half forward. Bouncing ball and free kick to St Mary's at half back. And their defence has been terrific so far. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 2-1, 13-0. Kick towards the wing. Loose ball once more. Player might have been shoved in the back for St Mary's. And Mitchell Crooks could have nearly got a free kick. Also for the Jets, player got dumped. Sporting, you'll grab that free kick just behind the wing for the Jets, who are breaking down across half forward. Everything's falling off my table as well. It's extremely windy. It's got windier the longer the morning and the day's gone on. We're into the early afternoon now. Quick kick at half forward, a very exposed ground to the wind. Lovely hills and parklands around here in the leafy suburb of Balwyn. Across the face again, and St Mary's getting the free kick and moving the ball nicely through their half-back line, although almost a turnover. Stackwood Smith, without him they'd be in trouble, the Jets. He gets the hand pass out. His teammate was dragged down as he got a little boot to ball. Crooks got it in towards half forward. Again, the defence of St Mary's is okay. That little hand pass, though, misses the target. It's at half-back at the northern end, and the umpire says, I'll throw it up. A high kick, and in the end, gets deep towards the goal line. I thought it was going through for a behind, but again, the defence is pretty good. A kick out towards the half-back flank on the outer side. Leading in the race out there is McDonald, but opponents arrive and do well to make it a good contest out there. Looking for a free kick. Picked up again at the back, the Jets, and they chip in short and a mark taken at right half forward. Nice kick, and that is an absolute bullet. Spalding gets on the end of a bullet, hits him on the chest, and it came from his teammate in Miller. His father, Andrew, former president of this club, and that is an outstanding kick. But not quite as outstanding as it looked off the boot, so behind. The wind just taking it, one behind to 2-1 13. 5.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Metricon Homes, at Metricon Homes is the Twitter handle, one of the many sponsors. High ball down the line towards the half-back line. And then a very good mark completed for St Mary's in the middle of the pack by Camburis. Camburis kicks towards the wing. Nearly a good mark there to Sonny Johnson. Johnson goes down in a tackle. And he doesn't like the treatment he receives either. And it's thrown up just behind the wing for St Mary's. Doing the ruck work for them is Ormerod. Quick kick comes out but clearing it the other way. Good play to throw it on the boot. Neon in the helmet for the Jets, but St Mary's get it back again. Taken at the back. Good play by Reed. Reed's kick though, partially smothered for the Jets. It's in the middle of the ground, and then a hand pass sort of came out over his head, but he didn't execute it correctly, Jobson, and gives away a free kick for the Jets to Ormerod of St Mary's. Handballs to a teammate who's taken down in a tackle. It's holding the ball, and the non-officiating umpire gave that one, and he received the hand pass. McDonald and was run down very cleverly by Spalding. Finds a teammate. Miller kicks to half forward. Now they've got the run going. Getting a hand pass on the inside is Cullen. Cullen will drive it long to full forward, but again, good defence. Ball goes to the back of the pack. Working hard. Wary got himself back there for St Mary's, and their defence holds firm once more. High ball towards the defensive side of the wing as far as St Mary's are concerned, and filling a hole. Spalding, who's been pretty good so far for the Jets, pulls the kick into the pocket, and he finds his teammate Cullen. Cullen, lovely kick. Good lead, and hits up a target exquisitely in the left forward pocket. Miller, who's been very impressive so far for the Jets. The wind is pretty strong, and he'll kick from left to right. As we approach quarter time, 2-on-13 to 1 behind. They've done so much good work so far, and they kicked their first goal. They've had a lot of looks inside 50. Just the defence of St Mary's has been watertight, especially with shallow entries. 2-1-13 to 1-1-7. McDonald's scoreboard of Balwyn. At Tandem McDonald's is the Twitter handle. And of course, we've got Danaher Moulton Legal. G'day to Dennis Danaher and the team. Another one of the major sponsors here today. Thrown up in the middle. Chance for St Mary's. Starting to get a bit of the footy from the clearances. The Jets getting players around the footy. Quick kick comes out though from St Mary's. An easy mark to Stackwood Smith. Easily his team's best player. Kicks poorly. Wobbly ball. Taking side of the wing. Miller overruns it. He's having a big influence too. Probably second best. Handballs to his own advantage. On the pounce now. Little left foot kick out wide. Peering kick towards half forward. Breaking a tackle. Great hand pass Mullen. Gets it down to Nguyen. Nguyen, he stabs a little kick in the direction of Spalding. Kicks quickly inside 50. Chance for another shot at goal. Play got out in his own in the right forward pocket. But I think there was inferred pressure. There were opponents around him, and he had a shot at goal, and he probably could have steadied and misses to the right-hand side. 2-1-13 to 1-2-8. 1.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. So back into play. Short ball. Wary. Had to get the hand pass out in a hurry. The pressure very good now from Jets, and they're getting so many looks, aren't they? They're just not quite succeeding with that last kick towards the teeth of goal, and it goes out of bounds in the right forward pocket at the northern end. Back into play. Picked up by Miller. He does the ruck work, and he snaps across the body, and he misses to the right-hand side. Another behind. 1-3-9, 2-1-13, 4-point lead to St Mary's. Had the better of the early stages of this match, but the last 7 or 8 dominated by the Jets, getting a lot of looks inside 50 at that northern end. The Barnard Reserve. Back into play, a bobbler. And the mark taken by Milanese. He kicks his team, St Mary's, towards the half-back line. Flying effort by Johnson. Couldn't bring the ball to ground. Ball's at the drop. Player taken in a tackle front on. Fierce footy here. Milanese gets it on the outside now for St Mary's. Kicks it to an open forward line. There's one player down there all on his own. He didn't realise the ball was coming in his direction, and he was just sitting there, standing there. daydreaming, to be honest. And then he realised, hang on, this ball's coming in my direction. I'm the only player. He was from the Jets, and he was all on his Pat Malone there, waiting for the ball to come in his vicinity, and it did. But he didn't have to pick it up as the siren sounds for quarter time. Good quarter of footy. St Mary's 2-1-13. The Jets 1-3-9. Miller very good in the back end of that quarter after their team was outplayed in the early stages of the quarter. So this is a pretty tight competition. Parkside clear, 3 games on top, 6 wins, 1 loss, 24 points. A winning percentage. That's very big in the junior footy, 85.71. And then a lot of teams under 50%. St Mary's 3 and 4 on 12. Second and third on the ladder, these two. Balwyn-Greythorn, 3 and 4 on 12, 42.85. Preston Bullants the same. Q Rovers the same. And Whitehorse Colts on the bottom in this 6-team comp. 1 win, 6 losses. As all of a sudden, that sunshine, which was very nice this morning, has dissipated quite alarmingly in the last 20 minutes or so, and it's become very, very, very cold. Very cold. So, a good quarter of footy, and they really did fight back well, the Jets. Wary was very good early days for St Mary's, and their defence did a good job, and that was the issue, probably kicking to contests and then kicking to St Mary's defenders by the Jets. But gee, they got some decent looks, and they probably dominated the inside 50 moves in the back end of that quarter. The Jets 1-3-9 to 2-1-13. Big game for both teams this. As we said, second and third on the ladder with 3 wins and 4 losses. And then Burundara Hawks up next against Fitzroy. Fitzroy, very, very strong team. One of the biggest teams in the Yarra Junior Football League. Ashburton, another one. Hawthorn Citizens in that vein too. And they've got 5 home grounds, including, of course, Brunswick Street. Called a game there last year. In fact, called 3 games there last year. Great day. In that famous old grandstand on the northern side of Brunswick Street Oval. And you call from there and you overlook the entire city. Brilliant setup. It would have been wonderful to watch the footy there when the Lions played there up until 1964. They weren't having a lot of success in those days when they moved out of there, but it's great that Fitzroy finally set up a team, and initially they struggled in their first couple of years, and now they've got over 30 teams, and they've sort of taken over as Fitzroy, which is wonderful, and naming a lot of their teams, if they've got more than one team in an age group after ex-players, whether it be Gary Wilson, one of the greats, whether it be Kevin Murray, whether it be Alan Ruthven, the Baron, who won a Brownlow medal in 1950, Chicken Smallhorn, won a Brownlow in the 30s for them, Dinny Ryan had one outstanding year and won a Brownlow too, all those wonderful players, Hayden Bunton, probably the greatest of all time, 3-time Brownlow medalist in a 4-year period in the early 1930s. Incredible that they won 5 Brownlow medals, the Lions, in the 30s. And they were a great side. Bernie Quinlan, of course, 81. What a good player he was. You look back on those teams, Fitzroy, and they probably should have won a flag. I think 83 was their team. Laurie Serafini got injured, and Robert Wall's the coach. A couple of others, Scotty Clayton. Leon Harris have always said there might have been one defender, one tall defender, not enough. Chris Smith was in the dying stages of, or the latter part of his career, very fine centre-half back. If he had been fit, he would have been another handy player for them too, and that was what cost them. And that outstanding final when Quinlan kicked 5 in the last quarter, and that controversial delivered out of bounds, which was a very new rule in those days. Talking 40 years ago this year. Michael Nettlefold running it out of bounds, and Michael Tuck getting a free kick, and Hawthorn got over the line by 4 points despite that Herculean effort by Bernie Quinlan to drag them back into the game. And then Essendon got hot in the finals. They won their first elimination final for many a year after dropping 5 in a row, 72, 73, 79, 81 and 82. They beat Carlton, who had the wood over, in 83, had won the previous 2 flags and had a big second half. And and then played as well as anyone's ever played in the prelim final of an ageing North Melbourne, who finished the home and away season on top before a big loss to Hawthorn on the granny. But Fitzroy, a good side in the 80s, and that might have been the year that they could have won a flag. Who knows what would have happened to them. They did deserve to stay in. If there had been any other CEO, they don't bow out like they did in 1996. Ross Oakley did not care for them one iota. But wonderful that the Junior Footy Club not only has got going, it is thriving. And it'll be here this afternoon against the Burundara Hawks in the third game. So the second quarter here, 2-1-13 to 1-3-9, and getting a lot of footy inside 50 are the Jets, but cut off at the back by Harvey McGregor. He gets a hand pass out for St Mary's. Good work by Wary, who kicked one of their goals and delivers it down the line towards the middle. No one can take the mark off hands. Good tackling at ground level. Trying to get a possession was Guy Jobson of the Jets, but a free kick going the other way. And it'll be taken by Minowich for St Mary's, but he turns it over at half-back for the Jets. 4-point lead, early stages, second quarter. McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. On the left, high ball to the wing. And the mark completed by Remy Spalding. He picks out Miller. He kicks towards full forward. Can't take the mark. Ball's at ground level. Little slick hand pass out from Cullen. Missed the target as he was at ground level there to collect. St Mary's. They just tumble it out of defence quickly. Arriving first. Good play by the Jets. Getting a hurried boot to ball. Lucas Wong inside 50. And then Crooks grabs the footy. Had three opponents around him. But it holds up into the breeze and cleared out of defence by St Mary's once more. By Camboris to the outer side of the ground. But it will go out of bounds. It's tough footy now. The wind is really making its presence felt now. Early stages, second quarter. Thrown to the front of the pack now. Quick kick comes in from Mullen. Front and square. There's another crack at it. Gets support from his teammate McCullum. McCullum goes in. Not McCullum, as in Bazball. An outstanding first 2 days of Test cricket. Australia fighting back well last night, of course. And a free kick at half-back going the way of Covey McDonald for St Mary's. He'll head to the outer side of the ground where they're all going. It's probably been the instruction of the coaches. Drops at ground level. Milanese picks it up, throws it on the boot. Awkward-looking kick. Again, the defence holding firm for the Jets. Little kick into the middle of the ground. Loving the game of Mullen so far. Been one of his team's best. Wong is there. Can't get there. Making a good interception. Slattery brings it to ground at centre half back for St Mary's. Comes out now to Spalding. Spalding tumbles home and misses to the left-hand side. A vacant goal square. 1-4-10 to 2-1-13. And we've got 14 minutes remaining in the second quarter on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. Into play right. He'll favour the outer side for the Saints. High ball, but again it's turned over. Milanese picks it up and he'll drive it long and miss to the left-hand side again. So they're peppering hard here, 1-5-11 at the southern end like they did in the back end of the first quarter, the Jets. And it's kicked back into play by Mitch Douglas. Douglas's kick again is intercepted by the Jets, setting up nicely. Spalding couldn't take the mark, but when the ball hits the ground, he's there to pick it up cat-like, high up and under kick in the mine shaft. Mark not taken, backing back into a pack by Wright. Ball jars free, cleared out of defence though by St Mary's through Slattery. He tumbles it on the boot into the middle of the ground, socket away by the Jets. Good contest at ground level. Wong grabs it on the wing. He spiral punts the Jets inside 50, trying to get a hand on it. McGregor, the defender for St Mary's, couldn't do so. Parry and thrust. Quick give out to Spalding again. Spalding skids it towards goal. Once more off target behind. 1-6-12, 2-1-13. St Mary's have been scoreless since about this stage of the opening quarter. It's still been the Jets since then, but they're 1 point behind. Back into play now from Douglas in the blue boots. He'll put the ball on the turf and head to the broadcast side. Peering ball to the wing. Waring is outmarked by Spalding. Undoubtedly best on ground at the moment. Marking on the wing for the Jets, who are going all right at the moment. He kicks quickly, inside 50, looking for someone to mark, attempting to get there. Miller's had a big influence. And then off hands, a shot at goal. Out of bounds in the pocket. And he's raving it brilliantly. Cullen, been a very good front and square player for the Jets. And it's out of bounds right beside the behind post, as they've got another good look inside their attacking 50. Miller wins it down. Taps it towards Cullen. Taken in a tackle. Tries to extricate himself out of that tackle, but he's penalised for holding the ball in the forward pocket. Free kick now to St Mary's. Player breaking. Marking at half back. Minowich kicks towards the half-back line, turned over by Wong again, throws it on the boot while being affected in the tackle, but cleared at the back. Good defence once more, taken by Ormerod, kicks into the middle of the ground. They can't complete the mark, the Jets. Player got one over the shoulder after he dropped the mark in UN, and he'll take the free kick behind the wing. Balwyn Tigers Football Club, one of the sponsors at Balwyn Tigers, is the Twitter handle. Kicks towards half forward. Trying to take the mark. Miller through his fingers. Picked up. Kick got smothered. Great defence by St Mary's. Guy Jobson was the player that had the ball blanketed. And then they kick it out. But only as far as the talented Stackwood Smith. Back inside 50. But his kick doesn't work as Harrison Wary was involved in the smother and might have hurt himself there. Back into play in short. Ormerod takes the mark, but they've blown the whistle. There'll be a stop in play here. I think he's okay. It's good news. I think he's okay. Just got up. He looked to be in trouble initially. He's limping ever so slightly, but he's okay. They're going to throw it up. It's unlucky there. Ormerod did drop the mark at the very last minute when he heard the whistle. And I think it's fair enough that you do throw the ball up at half forward, giving this very talented side another look at it. The Jets, 1-6-12 to 2-1-13. Thrown up again. Tap down. Little squeezing kick inside, attacking 50. Handball comes out. Good play by St Mary's through Hurt, but he kicks it straight to Nguyen, who charges with a long ball inside 50. Again, the Jets doing okay here, keeping the ball inside, attacking 50. But I tell you what, St Mary's getting so many looks. Their defence holding up pretty nicely at the moment. Quick kick comes out, 30 metres from goal. Going after the footy is right, tries to shove his opponent out of it for St Mary's. Spalding is there, but whacking it over the boundary, Douglas. And their defensive efforts need to be applauded by St Mary's. It can't get the ball past the centre of the ground, but their defence holding nicely. Haven't conceded a goal so far in this quarter. Three behinds. Miller wins it. Taken in a tackle. Held up, though. As he was slung to ground, it was maybe line ball from here for a sling tackle, but the umpires, I think, do a great job trying to obviously look at this rule, which has been a big talking point in the AFL this week. Knocked down by Spalding again for the Jets. Kick swung around the corner by Wong. Camped underneath at Crooks. Couldn't take the mark for the Jets. Ball spills out again. They've got to try and clear out of defence. And they do. No, they don't. Douglas was run down at the very last minute. Great tackle by Crooks. I thought that Douglas was clear. And as he went to throw the ball on the boot, he was magnificently gobbled up by young Crooks with the long hair. And he's got the shot on the boundary. His father Michael has done some broadcasting for Game Face in this space, the Yarra Junior Football League in recent years. He's on the boundary. Young man needs a haircut. But I suppose most of them don't bother nowadays, do they? It's out of bounds on the full. And again, it will be St Mary's with Harvey McGregor. Good old-fashioned name, that. He's at half-back. He'll kick it low and flat. The kick intercepted almost at half-back by the Jets. Trying to get hold of the footy was Lang. He wasn't able to. And again, St Mary's with another free kick. Towards the outer side of the ground. Mark not taken. But at the drop, Camboris was there on the rove. Kicks his team quickly. But getting in the road is Nguyen again. Nguyen slung as he kicks quickly. It affects the kick. And the mark is intercepted by McGregor. The defence of St Mary's has been awesome. They're 1 point in front on the how well am I going? McDonald's Balwyn scoreboard. Kick down the line again. And St Mary's with the footy as they kick very close to the boundary. Jealous Craig, real estate. David Felicia, the club president. Major sponsor at Jealous Craig is the Twitter handle. Quick kick again. Nguyen, I've liked his game. This is off by hand. The Jets into the middle of the ground. Really contested game this. No goals in this quarter. And we've got under 7 minutes remaining in the second term. High ball. Comes inside 50. Bouncing ball towards the wing. Cleared at the back again. Good defence by St Mary's. But again, they break down. It's been a really good contest, this. The defences have been great. Miller with the footy. He's got Crooks out in his own. Taking the mark at centre half forward. Accidentally had the ball dislodged. 50 not given. Kicks quickly. Can't take the mark. Remy Spalding has to dish it off by hand, but there's no one there to collect it. It was intended for his teammate in Liam Paisley. Couldn't get there in time. And another behind has rushed through, and that's 4 behinds this quarter for the Jets. 1-7-13, St Mary's 2-1-13 on the McDonald's Balwyn scoreboard. Back into play. In short is Douglas, who wants it, but St Mary's will go a little bit longer at the kick. Floating ball in front is Miller. He does well to get himself out of trouble, gets a little hand pass out to his teammate who loses control of it, Mullen. Having it in front now, the opposite number 5, Tangi. Tangi was uploaded illegally by Crooks and will take a free kick in front of our commentary position for St Mary's. They'll get a meaningful look forward now, but only momentarily. Nguyen brings it to ground once more. Shoves off the line of the footy with Johnson of St Mary's. Ball is pummeled towards half forward for the Jets. Spills to the back of the pack. Cleaned up by Lang now, but he turns it over. And again, a good mark taken by Stackwood Smith, who was so good early days. Good kick. Now in the direction of Mullen. Touch of the fumbles. Couldn't take it cleanly. They keep it inside 50. Working hard Lang against a couple of opponents, and he gives away a free kick. And it'll be taken at half forward by the Jets. Squaring ball on the lead. Good mark Spalding. He's a dangerous player. Now they just need to go back here in these blustery, tricky conditions to try and kick their second goal and give their team the lead. The score's level at the moment. 2-1-13 to 1-7-13. See what Spalding can do. 40 metres out, he kicks the ball to the right-hand side for a behind. So back into play, St Mary's, their defence has been under siege. Kick wasn't great, but Slattery takes the mark at half back. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt. He kicked off the edge of the boot. He kicks towards the back line, and stretching high is Lepenta. He takes the mark for St Mary's. Sinks his right slipper into it. Good attempt to mark the opposite 21 UN of the Jets. They get a hurried boot to ball, St Mary's, towards half forward. Ball's knocked away. Defence at the back okay, led by Livertone of the Jets. But his handball is run down by Frost of St Mary's, but he kicks into bodies. Loose ball. Oliver's in there. He can't do much. Ping pong aerial. And good play at the back. An aerial ping pong as well. Lucas Wong. But his kick is intercepted again by Lepenta. Lepenta for St Mary's. The defences of both teams been brilliant, but that kick's not great as he went for the switch. Stackwood Smith over the top now to Mullen. Has to change direction. Goes the U-turn. Two opponents keeping him honest. Pass not great, and he puts it straight down the throat of Lang with the circumvented half-back for St Mary's. Kicks to the wing. His teammate chips in and takes a good mark in McDonald. They haven't scored since the halfway mark of the first quarter, and he goes nicely with a half-distance pass to Ormerod. Ormerod goes back inside again, and his teammate in the green boots completes a good mark, and that is McDonald. McDonald marking just slightly behind the wing for St Mary's. He goes wide again. They're looking for a way through with the 45 passes. Slattery, a high ball to half forward, holding up on the breeze again, and another good mark taken by the Jets at half back. Hand pass at close quarters, but that's not a great hand pass. Mullen overruns it. Luckily had a teammate there lending him support, throwing it on the boot in Jobson. Bouncing ball towards the pocket, and it'll be ushered out of bounds. He had it under control. Ran away from him, Douglas of St Mary's. And it'll be thrown back into play. Andrew Miller just trailing it in a bit as he goes after it. The boundary umpire. 2 minutes left in the quarter. 1-8-14. They've kicked 5 behinds this quarter, the Jets. Cleared out of defence again, but only momentarily hacking at Lang and Miller. Andrew's son, Jonathan, takes the mark at right half forward. Been pretty good. They've just kept that ball inside attacking 50. It's lived there at the southern end right throughout this entire quarter. St Mary's haven't looked like scoring. Miller to try and kick a goal that they urgently need. He misses to the right-hand side. 10 scoring shots to 3, 6 behinds to nothing in the second quarter. It's 1-9-15. The 2-1-13 McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. So back into play. St Mary's again, a high ball towards the wing. Up they go. Oh, that's a great mark. Mark of the day, Jobson. For Metricon Homes at Metricon Homes. High ball Jobson for the Jets. Back inside 50. Could it spill to the back of the pack? Well roved by Minowich. He did well to stem the tide for his team and switch to the outer side of the ground. And his teammate takes the mark in Camboris. Camboris kicks down that hill. Running down the hill or running up the hill, the old Kate Bush song. Boundary throw-in just outside, attacking 50 for the Jets, where it's been most of this quarter, as I've mentioned a few times. Boundary throw-in right on half-time, 15 plays 13. Extricating himself away from the contest was Max Slattery for St Mary's, and they do get a little bit of continuity with Wary. It was good early days, kicked a great goal, set another one up, taking the mark on the wing. On the Parkland side, beautiful part of the world out there. Turned over, though, by the Jets again. Their defence was good. I'll tell you what, I reckon St Mary's defence was absolutely sensational. Even though the Jets did kick 6 behind and had many, many, many looks at it in that quarter. 1-9-15 to 2-1-13. McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. Jallis Craig Real Estate is our major sponsor at Jallis Craig Burundara. McDonald's Balwyn. Ray and Lou. At Tandem McDonald's is the Twitter handle. Metricon Homes at Metricon Homes. Balwyn Tigers Football Club at Balwyn Tigers Football Club. And Danaher Moulton Legal. G'day to Dennis Danaher and the crew, our sponsors of today's coverage. And up next, Burundara Hawks and Fitzroy under 15s. Used to have Hawthorn Citizens as part of this Balwyn-Greythorn Hawks team, along with obviously the Balwyn-Greythorn Jets and Canterbury. As there's going to be a break at half time. We'll come back with the second half shortly. The boys have arrived from both teams. It should be a good contest. Some of these boys from the Burundara Hawks and the Fitzroy under 15s. did play in the Interleague Carnival, which ended last week for the YJFL. So we look forward to seeing what both teams can bring to the table this afternoon. Remembering the Burundara, it's a very tight comp. St Mary's 6 wins, 1 loss, 24 points. Preston Bull Ants Boys Red, 5 wins, 2 losses, 20 points. Burundara 4 wins, 3 losses, 16 points. Bull Ant Temp 4 wins, 3 losses, 16 points. Park Orchards 4 wins, 3 losses, 16 points. Then Hawthorn Citizens, Q Comets and Fitzroy 3 wins, 4 losses, all on 12 points. 3 wins separating first to 8th. 1 win separating third to 8th. So, a good game of footy this, just the wind playing havoc. They're a bit slow to get going. The Balwyn-Greythorn Jets, but then they found their mojo, although it was an inaccurate mojo. They kicked 1 goal but 9 behind, 6 behinds in that quarter. St Mary's were 2-1, 13-0 and haven't scored since, so Balwyn-Greythorn Jets have got their system right, they've got their discipline right, and they've got their teamwork working beautifully, especially off the back half, making it tough for their opponents to score. So it'll be an interesting second half here. A big day for the club. Great to be here. Bit of sunshine now, making conditions just a little bit more comfortable. Certainly very, very windy early days. Very windy. And just an opportunity for Balwyn-Greythorn that joined forces a few years ago to showcase their abilities and talents together. Greythorn, of course, a very famous club, and have been in the old Doncaster Junior Football League for many, many years when I played, and I'm old, I'm 54. Back in 1979, there weren't a lot of teams. There was St Damian's, which has now joined forces with Parade. There was St Mary's, who has been very fertile breeding ground. Blake Caracella, Daniel Harford, among a couple. Went on to have very good careers. Blake Caracella still an assistant coach at Essendon. May not get his chance to be a senior coach. Probably not his go. He's better behind the scenes, I think. Daniel Harford, of course, a very successful media performer now. And pretty handy player. A lot of injuries at Carlton after his career ended at Hawthorn. But was a good player. Had his moments at the Hawks. Certainly had his moments at the Hawks in the early days under Ken Judge. And some players thrived under Ken Judge, and he was one of those to thrive under Ken Judge. Carousel, a good player at Essendon, played in the Premiership. Then when Essendon had issues with their salary cap, they moved him, Damien Hardwick and Justin Blumfield, all Premiership stars from 2000 on. Hardwick, I think, in a lot of ways never forgave Sheeds for that. Went to Port Adelaide. Played in another flag. Blumfield went to Richmond, had a lot of injuries. Probably wasn't the right move for Justin. I think he's admitted that. And Carousel was a bit player. Handy player to have to go to Brisbane. And then he came back to Melbourne, went to Collingwood and then suffered a bad knock and retired. And then started his coaching journey at Collingwood. Long time at Geelong under Chris Scott. Richmond and change of the ball movement was one of the major reasons why the Tigers turned things around at the end of 2016 when they had that bad year, and there's talk that Damien Hardwick may lose his job, and there was the attempted coup of the board, which was ridiculous. And Peggy O'Neill and Brendan Gale stood firm, two of the best administrators in the comp, the reason why the Tigers were able to turn things around. Caracella came across as the ball movement coach in a lot of ways and changed the way they played. Harvey concentrated on what he could concentrate on and continue to develop relationships with players, and they won 3 flags in 4 years. It's fantastic. And of course, he was there last night for Trent Cotchin's 300th. He's been on an overseas holiday in America, went to watch the NBA Finals with his partner Alex after deciding, shocking the football world a month ago, to stand down. Had enough. Andrew McWalter's come in, won 3-4. Good win last night against his old team, St Kilda. And Trent Cotchin played a vital role in his 300th game for the Tigers. But Carousel are now at Essendon and did coach them for one game last year when Ben Rutten was ill, and he's still there now under Brad Scott. The Bombers doing a lot right. The bye this week. Haven't beaten a lot of good sides though, but beaten who they should beat, which has been an issue for them in recent years. So Carousel are, of course, an alumni of St Mary's. But when I was first involved in this competition, which was the Doncaster District Junior Football League, there was East Doncaster, there was Doncaster Heights, Park Orchards. I've played at Ivanhoe. We mentioned St Mary's, we mentioned Greythorn, we mentioned St Damian's. Of course, it has expanded extensively since then. Banyule was another one. Very good team, Banyule, very well run, very well organised. And now it extends from Ashburton in the east, Surrey Hills in the east, Canterbury in the east, Burundara, Hawthorn Citizens, all the way to teams in the north, Bundoora, Parade St Damian's, Brunswick, Northcote, Parkside, which probably should be Elphington, but it's basically Elphington Fairfield. Heidelberg have joined now, neighbouring team of Ivanhoe. And may get West Ivanhoe on board too, Ivanhoe. Bulleen Templestowe, they're around. So it's a huge competition. Fitzroy, of course, we've spoken about how it's developed and become a juggernaut. Massive juggernaut. Hawthorn Citizens, a very good club. Home of Ed Richards, Campbell Brown, Noah Anderson. Ed Richards has been an assistant coach for one of the interleague teams as well, just hammy at the moment since he's gone out and Jason Johannesson's gone out. The Dogs have battled. So the Jets back out on the ground now for the start of the second half. 1-9-15 to 2-1-13. Very low-scoring opening half of footy. And the wind looks like you can still see the other side of the ground, and those trees are blowing. And the gusts are there. But to me, it might have dissipated a bit. It doesn't seem to be as strong as it was. Once again, we acknowledge our sponsors. We really appreciate them being on board for the Balwyn-Greythorn Junior Football Club, season 2023. Jealous Craig Real Estate. And the Twitter handle at Jealous Craig. Burundara, David Felicia, who's the club president. McDonald's Balwyn, Ray and Lou at Tandem McDonald's. Metricon Homes at Metricon Homes. Balwyn Tigers at Balwyn Tigers Football Club. And Danaher Moulton Legal. G'day to Dennis Danaher and his team. Thanks to all of those sponsors. We thank all the sponsors for all community footy clubs for jumping on board. Many of them stayed firm even during COVID, when obviously their businesses might have taken a hit as well, but they've remained loyal. Out of the middle. Chance now for St Mary's as they push it forward. Nguyen was worried out of it. His endeavours to get hold of the footy at half back on the outer side. wasn't quite able to get there. And both teams working pretty hard. There'll be a stalemate and the ball up. 1-9-15, 2-1-13, opening minute, third quarter. Thrown up again. Spalding has been one of the best men on the ground for the Jets. As there's a quick kick coming out of congestion for St Mary's off the boot of Jack LaPenta. Who produced some nice moments in that first half. Boundary throw in. Tap to the back. Emerging Wong. Mullen into the back of his opponent unintentionally. I think he was certainly looking for the footy. Having a good start to this quarter, St Mary's, like they did the opening term at the southern end. Jack Lang lowers his eyes, but then it's a problematic speculative kick to half forward. It comes off okay, though. Taken by his teammate Douglas off the side of the boot. Bouncing ball inside 50. Picked up by Dumakoski, who snaps around the body. And that'll hurt the Jets, unfortunately, because they've dominated. And it's their first score, St Mary's, since about the 10-minute mark of the opening quarter. Dumakoski had settled and bounced nicely for him, 30 from goal. He snapped around the body and kicks a ripper for Danaher Moulton legal. That's a nice goal. That's a really nice goal. 3-1-19 to 1-9-15. 3 minutes gone, third quarter, on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. Thrown up again. Staying to win a bit of the footy early in this quarter, St Mary's. Scrambling kick inside 50. Here's Jack Lang. He gets upended. Picked up by the left footer, Stackwood Smith. Swings around the body for the Jets. Doing well to extricate himself out of attempted tackles as Jobson. He avoids the second tackle in the end and gets a hurried kick out to the wing on the outer side. They kick down the line through Spalding again. The defence for St Mary's, like it was in the opening quarter, impassable. Gets a quick kick towards half forward. Getting back, though, to stop it. Nguyen at half back for the Jets. He skids down the line again. Can't get decent possession at the moment, the Jets, as they've really tightened it up. Stepping around a couple of opponents, St Mary's. Driving it long, inside 50. Overrunning it Lang for St Mary's. Ball's at the back once more. The defence of both teams has been a real highlight today, and getting up and attempting to take a great mark and being paid for St Mary's on the wing. LaPenta in short, but that wasn't a great kick. That was not in finding the target they were looking for. In the words of U2, kick down the line. It's okay. High ball. Towards the wing. Might be another free kick, I think. And it will go to the Jets. Liam Paisley. Just attacking side of the wing on the very picturesque side of the ground. But out of bounds on the full at half back. St Mary's again. 3-1-19, 1-9-15. They've got a 4-point lead. Only score of this quarter. Quick kick towards the wing now. Trying to get there is Wary as it wanders to half forward. He went to receive the hand pass, but he fumbled it. Getting in the road is Reid of the Jets. He can't pick it up. Picked up again by St Mary's. Handball comes out now towards Wary. Wary gets the hand pass out to his teammate Lang. Kicks it low and flat towards the teeth of goal. Attempting to take the mark is Milanese. Can't do it. Had a couple of opponents. And then arriving late to support him, Johnson. Ball still alive, 20 metres from goal, and the umpires plucked out a free kick. The Jets were well and truly under the pump in their last and they will get a free kick at half back. Stackwood Smith will take that. Miller goes up. Can't take the mark for them. At the drop, Mullen does well with the crumb. Feeds a hand pass over the top now taking it on the outside, close to the boundary. Good job to get his boot to ball. Jobson kicks down the line towards half forward. Here's Remy Spalding. Had 2 bounces, had 3 bounces, had 4 bounces. Feet to hand pass over the top. They need a goal here. And they get one. Set up magnificently by Jobson with his run around the broadcast side. And then Spalding's done a Ray Gavalik or a Phil Manassa, if you're old enough to remember that, from 1977 in the grand final rematch. It was a forlorn cause. Mind you, Ray Gavalik's wasn't. He put his team in front before Neil Crompton wandered down to kick the winning goal for Melbourne for their 6th flag in 10 years. But well done, Spalding. He's a big man for a young man, and he just absolutely took them on, arched the back to change direction, realising he had opponents pursuing him, and they finally kicked a goal. They got themselves into the right position. They've been having snaps and missing, and they kicked their second goal to put themselves back in front. 2-9-21 to 3-1-19 over 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So it's thrown up in the middle. One down again. Attacking side of the wing, soccering at St Mary's to half forward. Another soccer inside 50. Quick kick now. Swinging kick towards full forward came from the boot of Tangy. And Tangy has done a great job on that occasion to get her behind. 3-2-20, 2-5-17. Sorry, 2-9-21 to 3-2-20. 1 point lead. Good contest. Back into play. Second and third on the table. Spiral punt. Attempting the finger-tipping mark. It was a difficult ball to mark. It was Draper. Couldn't take it for the Jets. Quick kick back inside 50 again for St Mary's. Deep in their attacking 50. Handball comes out to Reid. Reid very laconic as he throws it on the boot. Kicks it very close to the boundary. Trying to keep it alive and does with a deft little tap was Wary. And a quick kick back to the teeth of goal. Again the defence under the pump. Cleared at the back. Good play by Wong again. Does well to pick out a teammate at half-back. And now they're on the burst. Through the middle of the ground, Miller. Miller's kick is high. Won't find a target. And camped with the interception on the wing is McDonald for St Mary's. Back inside 50. Wary. Good mark. Right half forward. Too tall for the man who was in front in UN of the Jets. And this is a shot at goal for Wary. Right half forward. Slight angle. 20 metres out. 40 metres out, I should say. That's a high ball. Holds up a little bit. Right on the teeth of goal. Oh, there's a goal. Hacked out of midair, right on the line. Terrific goal kicked by Lang. They were trying to kill it, the defenders of the Jets, and they couldn't do it, and Lang has just hacked it out of midair. He was window shopping. And he puts his team 5 points up. 4-2-26 to 2-9-21 on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. And g'day to Ray and Lou, the proprietors of McDonald's of Balwyn. At Tandem McDonald's, the Twitter handle. Metricon Homes as well. And Danaher Moulton Legal along with Jealous Craig Real Estate. Back into play. And again, the St Mary's defence good. They're having a good few minutes at the moment. Nice kick. They're moving the footy nicely. And taking the mark on the wing is Tangy again. He's had a good quarter. He kicks towards half forward. Handball comes out to Wright. And Wright kicks quickly, but indiscriminately. And a defensive mark to the Jets, who are a little bit like St Mary's were in the second quarter. Seeing a lot of the footy in their defensive half. At the southern end, close to the boundary. Tangy couldn't keep it alive. Miller holding on for dear life. Boundary throw-in. In front of Miller's old man, Andrew. Will toss it back into play. At half forward, just into attack. St Mary's. Knocked to the front. Whacked down again. Can't get hold of it, Miller. And then he decides I better lay a good bear-like tackle, and he does. And Wright stays tackled and loses his footing and loses the footy. Thrown up again on the wing. Knocked down once more. Trying to burst through. Thought he might have whacked one in the mush. Then Lang of St Mary's. They get a hurry kick. The Jets squeezing it at the drop of the ball, but not getting much purchase on that kick. Was Balwyn-Greythorn. And now they get themselves moving. Some of their footy is great when they get going, and Crooks gets on the end of it and takes the mark 40 metres out directly in front. Just when they're able to get on the outside and get going, they know this ground well. It's a long ground, it's a deep ground, and they just need to get that disposal going and get themselves in a position to be able to kick for goal. Crooks goes back, kicks the goal, or has he missed it? Oh, he's missed it. I thought he kicked that. 2-10-22 to 4-2-26, 4-point lead. Balwyn-McDonald's scoreboard. So quick kick out to the outer wing. Might come straight back if they can get a handle on it. Jobson has been a good player, but a crowd arrives. Handball's a new end. Back to Jobson. Worried out of it on the wing on the outer side. There'll be a free kick, though, for a shove. On the left. Plenty of distance on the kick. But at the back, the Penta gets his boot to ball for St Mary's into the middle of the ground, but overrunning it is hurt, and that does hurt them. But then they soccer it inside 50 again. But again, good defence at the back by Livertone. Throws it on the boot for the Jets, but they've got the wall set up St Mary's and they mark it half forward. They lob it back, 30 metres from goal. Attacking it, attempting to take the mark is Lang. He can't do it. Ball drops to ground. Loose ball, but again, they get a hand pass out to Wary. Well done. The ball jarred free. And at the pounce was McGregor. He fed a nice sweeping hand pass out to Wary, who kicks his second. He was sort of all on his own then. They were chasing the footy, the Jets boys, and they allowed, if St Mary's could win the footy, a player on the outside to receive, as was the case with Wary for his second, and he kicks the goal. And it's 2-10-22 to 5-2-32, the biggest lead of the match. And after not scoring in the second quarter, they've kicked 3 goals to 1 in this third quarter, the visitors, the Saints. Both teams on 3 wins, 4 losses. Out of the middle, Mullen. Thought he was slung. And then a spiral kick inside 50 by St Mary's. Gee, they're having a good few minutes at the moment. But it'll be ushered out of defence. And over the boundary line by Livertone, number 8 of the Jets. Deep into attack, though, for St Mary's. On top. Close to 3-quarter time for Chalice Craig. Boundary throw-in. Tap to the back by Gunton of the Jets. He works hard then to try and Fossick it out. Tackle laid. Player tried to get rid of the hand pass. Dumakoski, who kicked the first goal of this quarter for St Mary's. And there's going to be a free kick down the ground against the St Mary's player. Sorry, against the Jets player, is it? Oh, well, they're only young men. They'll learn. You've just got to not get sucked in. I think that's what it was for. I was watching the play and the kick from the free kick recipient for the Jets. Anyway, this is going to be dangerous. If they kick this goal, give them a 16-point lead. They've only kicked 2 goals so far, the Jets. If that's a low kick, but it doesn't matter. Finds a target. Again, the defenders were a bit too deep, and he just snuck in and took the mark. One of the tallest players out there. And will kick a goal for St Mary's from the goal mouth. And that was Mitch Douglas. Avi McCullum's been doing the ruck work, and he wins it down again this time. Out to Spalding, who's been his team's best player. Helps set up that second goal. They need a few more now. 6-2, 38 to 2-10, 22. Free kick again. Low and flat. The kick comes in from Lang. They're getting so many looks now inside 50. Bouncing ball. He went up way too early, Miller. Luckily, the ball came back to him and he was able to make up for that error and find Spalding. They've been their team's two best players. New End's also been all right for the Jets as well. Kick to the outer side of the ground. The mark wasn't completed by Wong. And it's forced over the, well, down the line again. I thought it went out of bounds, but it goes down the line towards half forward. New End picks it up now. Upended. Kicks a high ball close to the boundary on the outer side. And it should go out and does. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. And a big quarter. 6-2, 38 to 2-10, 22. They've kicked 4 goals to 1 to open up a 16-point lead. And in the right forward pocket, kick towards full forward off hands. High ball to the middle of the ground again. And again, they've got numbers at the back through Miller. He did well to play as that defensive midfielder and like a wall. He picks out a teammate who took the mark and kicks long. This is Yassin. Yassin, good ball to the 30-metre line inside the attacking 50, if that makes any sense. Again, the defenders get back and form a wall for St Mary's. It'll be thrown up almost at three-quarter time. 4 goals to 1 in this quarter to give St Mary's a 16-point lead. Both teams on 3 wins, 4 losses. Vital game. Second and third on the ladder in a tight competition. Close to the line. They love a goal here, the Jets, the home team. Right on three-quarter time. St Mary's have to kick quickly. And it's out of bounds at half forward. A lot of the scoring's occurred up at the southern end. It's probably where the wind is. It seems to be blowing down at that end. Well, it's not as strong as it was in the first match. Three-quarter time. So 6-2, 38 to 2-10, 22 on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. And we look forward to this next match, Burundara and Fitzroy, coming up soon in the under-15s first division. But a good quarter of footy, that one. Especially by St Mary's, who thoroughly deserved their 16-point lead and leaving their opponents with some work to do in the last quarter. And it'll be fascinating what happens. Whether they can find the form to get their team over the line, the Jets. Just got to have played a bit in that quarter. They got a lot of deep forward 50 entries a couple of times. They had players goal side St Mary's when the ball hit the ground that weren't covered by the Jets, but still learning the game. I mean, the defensive structures become so important, so integral, so vital at this level. And at times it let them down a bit in that quarter, the Balwyn-Greythorn Jets, and St Mary's have been pretty good in that area all day. And they're under the pump in the second quarter. Mind you, I know there were some shots that probably should have been converted, and they weren't able to succeed in their shots at goal there, the Jets. But they'll learn from that as well, and St Mary's were able to absorb the pressure and then kick the goals in the third quarter and make it, well, a real challenge for the home team to see if they can have a win as the Burundara boys are out going through the pre-match warm-up. Adelaide Crows colours in a lot of ways. Crows having a week off in the AFL. Good team at home, struggle a bit away. Certainly have a good forward line when it's going. Big Texan 10 last week, of course, against West Coast. Some of their players have had a lot of come from Victoria, have come from the Yarra Junior Football League. David Mackay, Andy Otten from Surrey Park out near Box Hill. Played in the grand final, a last-minute inclusion. He was, third, I think, third in the 2009 Rising Star. Had a really, really good year, but then the injuries hit him. He only just passed 100 games when he retired some 8 or 9 years later. He's been with Hawthorn for a while. It's his first role as a development coach after he left the AFL. But all teams have been well represented through the Yarra Junior Football League and the AFL. Generally, a lot of the players, when they go to the under-18 elite programs, they'll go either to Northern Knights, the Northern teams, Ivanhoe, Heidelberg, Bundoora, Parade, St Damian's, St Mary's, Brunswick, Northcote, the eastern teams of Ashburton, this side, Burundara, Hawthorn Citizens, Canterbury, Surrey Park, Whitehorse Colts. Although Warren died, I think, go east. So there are 3 of them. Eastern Rangers is the other one that's sort of involved a little bit. It's on the periphery, I think, of Oakley and Eastern Rangers. Christian Petrarca, one of their most famous names. Beverly Hills is another one that would be on the periphery of Eastern Rangers as well, being in the Doncaster area. Templestowe, another one. They'll also be on the cusp of the Northern Knights as well. So it is interesting. I know Lee Montagna, I think, came from Greythorn, but lived in Ivanhoe. So he was Northern Knights. So the Fitzroy boys are going to have a bit of a look before the game gets underway. Those outstanding colours are coming a bit late, haven't they? They thought that might have a bit of a kick. Have to go down the hill. Far away, lovely parklands around here, as we've mentioned a few times. There's an oval down the bottom. I would say at the back, this is the back oval. The main oval, which I think is used for senior footy on a Saturday afternoon, but don't hold that against me if I haven't got that correct. So we've got 1 quarter to go here and some work for the home team to do to win it before we head into the final game of this 3-match fixture. As we acknowledge our sponsors. Jealous Craig Real Estate at Jealous Craig Burundara, McDonald's Balwyn, Ray and Lou at Tandem McDonald's, Metricon Homes at Metricon Homes, Balwyn Tigers at Balwyn Tigers Football Club, and Danaher Moulton Legal, Dennis Danaher. So the last quarter. Thrown up in the middle, 2:10:22. 6-2-38, 16-point lead. Ball's on the wing, on the outer side. And basically have to throw caution to the wind a bit, the home team. And grabbing possession was Jed Gunton. Kick comes inside 50. A little bit flat-footed. They were caught behind a bit as it came to ground. Now here's a chance if he can pick the footy up and feed a hand pass out, and he does. Mason, and they get a goal. Well done. Terrific play by Mason. Parting of the Red Sea as he delayed the hand pass a little bit as it came in his direction. And he found a teammate who was able to finish it off. And this is Marcus Nagu, who's a late inclusion in the team. And he's made a presence with a goal. Well done. 3:10:22, 6:2:38. That's definitely the scoring in the southern end. Margin 10 points. McDonald's ball and scoreboard again. A quick kick comes out from the boot of Gunton. Nearly intercepted by St Mary's, and now they get a little bit of footy down that outer side of the ground. Bouncing ball. Who's going to get there first? The answer is the visitors. They hook a kick inside 50. The defence okay. Quick clearing kick. Works out all right. Mullen been good. To the half-back line. Spalding off the back foot. Bit of a lazy kick. Didn't find the target. And it's intercepted. Certainly by one of their better players, Sonny Johnson for St Mary's. He's in short. The mark was dropped. The Penta down that outer side of the ground again. Tackling very good. The urgency right up after a poor third quarter from the Jets. You'd hear the coach. He's animated. He certainly doesn't get too fired up, and I don't think that this generation need the coaches to get fired up. The old fire and brimstone's gone, I would have thought. But he was just animated, just saying, big opportunity, guys. You need 3 goals. And emphasised that a couple of times. That's fair enough too. Here's a nice little kick to centre half forward. Mason again, who set up the last goal. He takes the mark, having an influence. Kick inside 50. Crooks can't mark it. Getting in the road, going down to be a kick behind the play. Will be wary. He's kicked a couple of goals, including an important one in the second quarter. Then he lays a great tackle as the hand pass came out. Dislodges his opponent. Hurried bouncing ball inside 50. And it'll be ushered out of bounds by St Mary's. Camburis back into play. He knocks it to the back of the pack. It's 30 metres out from the Jets' goals. Play was dispossessed as he grabbed the footy at the clearance. That was Nagu, who scored that last goal. He goes in again. Still 30 metres from goal. 10-point lead. Congested contest at the moment. Quick clearing kick towards centre half back. Slattery on hands and knees. Lost it. Regained it. Throws it off the edge of the boot. Kicks towards the wing now. Getting back. Trying to grab the footy for his team is Nayun. That is the Jets. He does okay too. Can't get a decent possession though. It's hacked free. Go after that, boys. Attacking side of the wing for St Mary's, who lead by 10 points. Hand pass flicked up. Nayun's in there again for the Jets. He does well to stave off danger and find a target right in the middle of the ground. Beaten to the punch then was Lang. Quick kick to half forward. Mark not taken. Didn't get there in time, unfortunately, Mullen. High ball, though, by Nagu. Does well to get it inside 50. Mason has been good. He loses control of it. Quick kick again. But the mark at the back. Taken. And then he's thrown to ground as he got a little kick. Wong back inside 50 once more. But holding his ground and intercepting is McDonald, who's been pretty solid for St Mary's. They lead by 10 points on the McDonald's ball and scoreboard. Tap down again. Might be another turnover. Opportunity. No one at ground level by LaPenta. Kick down towards the wing. In the road. The defence pretty good at the moment. Good effort by Stackwood Smith to feed a hand pass out. They drive it inside 50, but an excellent defensive mark by Lang, who's been pretty solid today. In fact, it's the pint-sized Frost as the kick had come in from Yazin of the Jets. He gets the kick to McDonald. McDonald kicks down the wing again. And a good mark to McGregor. Just behind the wing. 10-point lead. Looks to run away from the man on the mark. Deliver long. towards the outer side of the ground. Attempted Mark Lepenta, who's had a pretty good game. He gets worried out of it, though. Niyun trying to win control and cops a free kick at half-back. Still plenty of time left here. 3:10:28, 6:2:38, 11 and a half minutes remaining. A player down too for St Mary's. Not sure what happened there. Did he cannon or career into the fence? And it's a metal fence on that outer side. It would hurt too if you've careered into that going at 1,000,000 miles an hour in your endeavours to win the footy. It's on that outer side. Still plenty of time left. Under 11 minutes and counting. They've kicked 3 goals today, the Jets. They just might rue their inaccuracy. 6-2-38, 3-10-28. 8 scoring shots to 13. And they had 6 behinds in the second quarter to this end, which is the southern end. And they're at half back at the northern end at the moment. But they do well to maybe get an opportunity for a loose ball to run onto it. Spalding paddled to his own advantage. Couldn't take it with him. And now they get the run going. St Mary's, but they turn it over in the middle of the ground. Back to Miller. Miller hoists it high, but again the defence gets back and holds firm through Johnson at half-back. He's been solid. He goes wide now. Picks out a teammate who takes the mark. And it's Kumboris, who's been okay. He kicks down the line again. They can slow it down, leading by 10 points. Jealous Craig, our major sponsor, at half-back on the outer side. Not a bad kick. And just sort of getting a hand in there to make a good contest was right. But again, they repel and bring it back inside 50, the Jets. Love to try and get some more ball movement, I reckon, through the middle of the ground. The Jets, they've gone a bit wide, hence why they scored those behinds. Tap down once more, 40 from goal. Tackle laid by the Jets over the boundary. Nagu, like what he's done with his energy and vim and vitality in the forward line this last quarter. Kick to goal too. Tap to the back of the pack once more. St Mary's looking to clear. They might now. Some good hands, linkage, but then a good mark. Taken by Yazin at centre half forward. He'll play on quickly. Kick into the pocket. And the mark is taken. You've been impressed with this man. Nation. He set a goal up. He'll square it to centre half forward. Spalding can't take the mark. Off hands. Taps it out the back. Now there's a snap at goal. And he just misses to the right-hand side. He was shoved in the side. Nagu again. He's the little bee in the bottle, isn't he? Hanging around that forward line. 3-11-29. 6-2-38. Had trouble scoring at the northern end so far. St Mary's, they haven't scored there yet. Back into play. He played on and then pulled a half-distance pass, Wary. And then the kick is turned over. Mark taken by Mullen. He goes long to full forward. Bouncing, hits the post. Hits the right goal post low. 3-12-30. 6-2-38. But they're peppering again. 15 scoring shots to 8. Just need to slow it down a bit, St Mary's. Probably hurrying with their disposals and turning it over a bit inside defensive 50. Low and flat from Wary again. It'll come back to Nation once more. Kicks to Miller. Miller was met late if he paid the mark. Gee, how good's Nation been in this last quarter? He's been absolutely sensational. Again, another turnover. He got it. He filled the hole. And they're coming with a flourish. But they've got to finish off their good work. John O'Miller, 30 metres out. On the left, he's kicked a goal. They're within 2 points. 6-2-38. The Jets are 4-12-36. Jono and the Jets. That's not a song. Benny and the Jets is a song, but they're coming. Maybe Andrew and the Jets is a song as well. 2-point lead. They've hit the post and then another turnover. So St Mary's, they need to calm down. Something about defending at this southern end. They got a bit nervous in the third quarter and conceded 4 goals, the Jets, after they didn't score at all in the second quarter. St Mary's out of the middle, winning an important clearance. High ball came from the boot of McDonald, and they've got it at half forward, driving it long, deep inside 50 from the boot of Flynn Olive. 30 metres out from goal. Can they kick a goal here? Taking an attack on McGregor. He does well to absorb it. He's held up as the ball spilt in his direction, thrown up 30 metres from goal. Tight contest. Trying to pick the footy up now as it spills out. Slattery for St Mary's. And now they get away through Spalding. Got a player on the out here. Mullen, if he can get it, then he has to lay a tackle on Slattery. Does well to hold him up. Good contest on the wing. Going down to an absolute thriller. 4-12-36, 6-2-38, a free kick. Player was put down in the ruck contest for St Mary's. McDonald in short. Hurt. Low and flat. Turnover again. Standing his ground. This is Reed. Awkward kicking style. Okay, though. Effective. Doesn't matter how awkward it is. It just has to be effective. Wong. High ball. Mullen overruns it. Spalding paddles to his own advantage. Wong's there again. Quick kick. Kicker smothered. Absorbing the pressure. Tangy. Does well for St Mary's. Important ball. Hurt does well. Handballs on the outside to Slattery. Slattery gets a Shepherd. Turns on the right. Kicks to half forward. Getting high, trying to knock it down. Nayon misses it at the back. Picked up by Douglas. Douglas drives in towards full forward. It's an open goal. Getting at the back now is LaPenta. Can he pick it up? He's able to do something with that and put it through for a behind. The first score down at that end. St Mary's, which is the northern end, 6-3-39, 4-12-36, margin 3 points. 4 minutes remaining, an absolute thriller here. Kick to half back, the Jets can't take the mark. Off hands, taken by Omerod. Omerod's hand pass misses the target, and the umpire's going to ball it up at centre half forward for St Mary's. The wrong end for the Jets at the moment, thrown up again. Knocked down. Cleared out of defence, Wong again. Kicks towards the wing. Mullen makes the contest. Goes to the back of the pack. Tidied up by Wright. Turns it over badly though. Opportunity for Ong. Ong can't get it. Then a tackle's laid by Miller as it slips to Hurt. And the umpire's holding the ball. Nice kick. Picks out Nation, who's been magnificent in this last quarter. One of the reasons why his team's right back in it. Kicks to half forward. Stackwood Smith over his head. Goes after it again. Wary with him. Slips over. Wary keeps his feet. Wins the footy for St Mary's. That could be vital. Kicks down the line and gets it out to half back. Hurried ball again. Another opportunity to keep possession. Lang. That could nearly win them the game. Just over 3 minutes remaining. The lead is 3 points, 39-36. McDonald's ball and scoreboard. High ball towards the wing. Nearly a mark to the Jets. Can they win this contest on the outer side? Every contest crucial. Ball to be thrown up. Tap down again. Taken defensive side by Lang. Had the kick smothered. Turnover. Good play by the Jets. No one can mark. Numbers get back. Here's an opportunity for them. Hemmed in the forward pocket. Taken in a tackle, Omerod. He gets back and helps out. Kicks quickly, but a good mark to Crooks. Intercepts at half forward for the Jets. Down by 3 points, a matter of urgency. Inside 3 minutes. High kick inside 50. Great defensive mark for Metricon Homes, one of our sponsors, again for St Mary's. By McDonald, who's been very good in defence, but a turnover again. Little hand pass comes out. The second one a bit slick. overrun by the Jets forwards. But now they drive it back inside 50. Mark not taken. Ball hits the deck. Still to be won. Mullen waiting for it on the outside for the Jets. He can't get it. Again, St Mary's try and clear it. Knocked down again. Quick kick smothered. Still inside attacking 50. They try and win it back. Again, good interception. Well played by McGregor. He was bold. Got it out to half back for St Mary's, and they look to try and slow it down. It'll be thrown back into play. As many stoppages as possible. Right on attacking 50 for the Jets, who trail by 3 points. They were down by 16 at three-quarter time. They win the footy from the stoppage. Crooks get the hand pass. Kick back inside 50. No mark taken. Mullen wins the footy. Kicks quickly. Bouncing ball. Open goal mouth. Not a bad result. Out of bounds in the forward pocket. Under a minute remaining. 39-36. Need to score from this goal. Need to score from this move forward, I should say. They need a goal. Of course they need a goal. Need to score a goal. Boundary throw, and I'm getting too excited. Back into play. Can St Mary's hang on? Opportunity. Snap at goal. Doesn't have the carry. Great mark. Last line of defence. Wong was okay, but a great mark. That might nearly be enough for Douglas, who was like a goalkeeper. He kicks it as long as he can, but it might come straight back. One last move again by the Jets, but it's turned over by McGregor. 12 seconds remaining. St Mary's looking for their fourth win of the season. McGregor kicks high. He kicks long. Does he kick out of bounds on the fall? He does. Could this be a kick after the siren? It will be. A kick after the siren. But they're not even going to take the kick because it probably was going to be too long. Or are they? Yeah, they are. The goal umpire thought it was all over. He's got to get back in the goal square. Now, if he kicks this is Malcolm Blight revisited from 1976 against Carlton. He's 55 metres out. His kick doesn't make the distance, and St Mary's hang on. A thriller in the under-14 Division 3. Great game of footy. That 4-goal-to-none third quarter by St Mary's has won them the game. And also the 6 behinds without scoring a goal in the second quarter by the Jets might have cost them the game. But 2 very even sides, 3 wins, 4 losses in a very even competition. And St Mary's get the chocolates, but they hang on, and their defence pretty good in the last quarter. And they've got numbers back to get the job done. 6-3, 39 to 4, 12, 36 on the McDonald's of Balwyn scoreboard. And again, we thank all our sponsors. We'll take a quick break and come back in a minute, but just Jealous Craig Real Estate. David, Felicia and the crew at Jealous Craig. Burundara is the Twitter handle. McDonald's Balwyn. Ray and Lou at Tandem McDonald's. Metricon Homes at Metricon Homes. Balwyn Tigers Football Club at Balwyn Tigers Football Club. And Danaher Milton Legal. Dennis Danaher and the crew. So, terrific game of footy. And well done to St Mary's. They win 6-3, 39 to 4, 12, 36. A quick break, and then we will get ready for the last game today, which is an under-15 Division 1 game. Should be a high-quality game. 2 pretty good sides. Fitzroy taking on the Burundara Hawks, which is made up of players from the Balwyn-Greythorn Jets and the Canterbury Cobras. Back with more shortly.